Welcome everyone to the Real Whovians cast. I am your host, Matrix Lord 212, and I'm with Connor. What's up, Connor?
Hello.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
I am happy. I am happy. My first villain, Sutek, back. Oh my God, Philip Archer, you were wrong there. Oh my God!
It was just the best. This was the best episode of the series so far.
Absolutely. Holy crap!
Unbelievable. I was on the edge of the seat the entire time.
I couldn't fucking believe it, man. And they didn't even pull punches. They mentioned Susan. They mentioned the trickster. They mentioned what, the Mara?
Yeah, the
Holy
toy maker.
shit! They didn't give a fuck.
All of them.
Holy shit!
Just unbelievable stuff. Unbelievable. That's genuinely the best. That is the most I've enjoyed Doctor Who in probably about 5 or 6 years.
Correct. And the thing is, this is what's about Doctor Who. It has changed, and it hits you when you least expect it with the most unbelievable episode.
Yep.
Like just totally fucking latched onto the TARDIS. And
I also have to say, bravo to RTD for bringing back Gabriel Wolf. They didn't get in another voice actor. They went with the original, the best in the original. That's
original Sutek.
Yeah, and he's like 92 now, I think.
He didn't give a shit. He's like, fuck yeah, I'm fucking Sutek, motherfucker.
I mean, he came back in 2006 and he played the Beast in Satan's Pit. But
to see him back, called him the Beast. You saw that? He's
the
Beast.
Yeah. But to see him back in his original role, unbelievable stuff.
God bless him. I got to tell you, and you know this is like full circle for me, because this was my first villain. Pyramids of Mars, my first villain, and I don't know why Philip was against me on comment section saying no, Sutek is dead. No, he's immortal. No, he's a god. Sorry, Philip, but yeah. Holy
I'm genuinely
shit, though.
That was the closest that we've got to a.
That was like Evil Dead, zombie possession, demonic. You've never seen that since like Satan Pit.
Everything, but
like, holy shit!
I also have to say,
he fucked with him. But you know what the funny thing is? He fucked with him purposely to make him think it was fucking Susan. That they know about Susan.
I think the mother is a trap. I think Susan Triad was a trap. Everything was a trap. Even the TARDIS was a trap. Unbelievable.
So the thing possessed the TARDIS in Wild Blue Yonder, or no?
I think that he's had an influence since about Wild Blue Yonder, the giggle. But I think that when they went to the edge of the universe or the end of the universe, I think that's where
Sutek was.
That's where Sutek was.
And he just latched onto the TARDIS.
And he latched. This has had the long game written all over it. We've missed things in episodes, I think, where it's pointed to what we all knew. We all guessed kind of that it was Sutek.
The TARDIS was, and it's the same sound when Sutek manifested himself in the TARDIS in the original one. It's the same sound.
They actually did something very clever, which nearly caught me out, in that when just before Sutek was revealed and they noticed that something was wrong with the TARDIS, they actually used the music that they used for Yana in series 3. So people would be forgiven for being led to believe, oh my God, it's the Master.
Right.
They used exactly the same music cue. But I think that was just a trick. That was a red herring.
It was a trick, yeah. Just like the Maestro had played the Master's theme.
Yeah.
And my son pointed out in subtitles it said Harry, Harold Saxon theme. I was like, wow. So
I'm just fucking thrilled.
You know what the thing is? I love how the villain's fucking with the Doctor.
Yeah.
And had the woman call herself Susan, or got a woman named Susan, like just to trick him. And I just fucking love that. What I don't love though, and again, you know I pointed this out. I don't understand the weakness of like the crying.
I think
Mel was just like, get your shit together.
Yeah. I think in this situation though, Ncuti Gatwa played it perfectly.
Yes, but like there's got to be something else to being split. Maybe that's going to be a factor because I don't think he's whole.
I mean, this is his toughest battle yet. He really is going to struggle through this one. Sutek,
oh yeah.
I'm pretty sure that someone pointed out to me actually just a moment ago that the Fourth Doctor said something to the effect that if Sutek is ever released again, he is undefeatable.
Right, and he was afraid. Fourth Doctor said to Sarah, like, I'm scared of him. Like, and that was my first episode of Doctor Who, so I got to tell you, man. And listen, I know people got all these campaigns. Throw your fucking campaigns in the garbage. The fucking Sutek is back. Fucking Doctor Who is fucking phenomenal. Just who gives a shit if every fucking episode was mediocre, which it wasn't. But I'm just saying, like, this is the fucking end game right here. This is the main fucking villain. This is the main shit.
Unbelievable.
So, wow. And we were right the whole time.
Yeah. And it's proven an age-long theory that you don't need the Daleks in a finale for the finale to be amazing.
I know Captain Jack had made a comment, John Barrowman, that the Daleks need to be in every goddamn finale, and no, definitely not. I mean,
no,
definitely not.
This was fucking fantastic. Best episode in about 6 years, I would say, since probably World Enough in Time.
I mean, we've had some good episodes, but this was it, man. This was.
You want Doctor Who that hits you in the gut, and this did.
Oh, absolutely.
Murray Gold was on fire in this episode. Oh. Some of the best music in the show I've heard in forever. Truly.
But you know what the funny thing is? I liked Kate's. Like, she knew he was going to die, her soldier. And the doctor said, no, it's all right. And like, no, it's not all right because he's going to die. Yeah. You know, so she was kind of mad at the doctor. Like, just like, oh, jump right.
All right. I'm just recovering. That was fucking epic. Sorry.
Yeah. Fucking epic.
I'm RTD as I'm come back with a strong episode this time. 110%.
Absolutely.
I loved I'm not being rude. I know I've always been nostalgic for Pyramid of Mars, Sutek's design there. But Sutek's design here, you can tell Disney's money is giving them the platform to get.
What a fucking episode! God,
I'm interested to see if that is his final form. That the dog kind of. I can't remember.
I don't think so. Is it? You think it's a dog?
It's not. No, there's it's something in Egyptian mythology that I can't remember the name of. But I think it's supposed to be a dog.
Yeah.
But
what a fucking phenomenal episode! Yeah. What a fucking phenomenal episode!
And what about Harbinger with Harriet?
Shit.
That name got with Harriet Harbinger.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Harriet Harbinger, that was a clean, good one. And then also I was mentioning some gods that we ain't seen yet, which we might see next season.
Fucking
like God of like the God of Spite. Did you hear that?
Yeah, there was all these other gods, right? But then my question is, could it be possible still, Connor, that Ruby is the trickster's daughter and that the trickster was afraid of Sutek, which is why he wanted, what better way to protect his daughter than his worst enemy, the Doctor?
It would be interesting, but I think that she is a creation of Sutek.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, I think the whole thing all along has been a trap to trap the Doctor into his plan.
Oh, no. But she's not his daughter, Sutek's daughter?
No, I think she's probably just a creation of his that, you know, that there's no kind of...
She dies probably.
I think that she ends up being the key to the...
defeating
to the resolution.
Oh God! Now, I have a question. I thought we were supposed to have. The third Doctor and the thing. That's nonsense.
That might be next episode.
That's next. So the cameo that they're all talking about is next episode.
Okay.
So we'll see who that is. I think it's Helena Bonham Carter, but we'll see.
What about
she's the mother?
Probably not. Maybe not the mother, but someone.
And what about Miss Flood? What the fuck?
I think Miss Flood is a minion
of
a bit like the guy that wore the fez in Pyramid of Mars.
God damn it! Here we go with this bullshit.
I can't believe that he's pulled off a brilliant. It gave me exactly the same reaction that I got when I first watched Bad Wolf and Partner of the Ways.
Yeah.
Did you notice on something else with a full Doctor reference? One of the unit soldiers was called Sullivan after Harry Sullivan.
Yeah.
Oh, is he a relative?
Maybe they'll never state it on screen, but maybe.
That was a neat reference, though, weren't it?
Yeah.
They really got me with the Susan thing at the beginning, because
that got me as well.
He's going to bring Susan Foreman back, and I think that she will come back.
So Tales in the TARDIS is next week, isn't it? Isn't Tales in the TARDIS next week?
I think it's on the 20th, so it's in about 5 days' time.
Yeah.
So it's going to be before. It's going to be before Empire of Death. Oh, that's interesting.
I think it'll be Pyramid of Mars that they're doing.
Yeah.
Oh, well, Philip Archer. Hold on.
Well, it's gone into my birthday, and I couldn't ask for a better episode.
Happy birthday,
of my birthday,
bro.
so
15th.
I'm the big 30, mate.
Congratulations. 15th, right? Oh, it's 15th for you now?
Yeah, it's 15th for me now. Yeah, when
happy birthday, right?
Happy birthday.
Fluted Turtle, do me a favor. We have trolls in the chat. Make sure you dump them out when they pop in. Thank you. Oh my God!
Yeah, I'm the big 30, and I couldn't have asked for a better episode.
Happy birthday,
I agree with John as well in saying that it's Kate's best episode. The problem with Kate Stewart is that she's very rarely ever given anything to do, but in this episode, she was given a lot to do.
And what did you think about Rose?
I like Rose in this one as well. Yeah, I think she's a good addition.
I mean, they didn't really say anything about the 14th Doctor, but that's,
No, but to be honest, just having her and Ruby together I thought that was great chemistry.
And I liked how she said, my mum works for Unit, and Ruby's adopted mum was like, well, if her mum can work for Unit, then so can I.
That's right. Yeah. Coming on the payroll, right? Wow. I sent Bill. I sent him a link. I sent Philip a link.
I'll try and get Philip on. I think I know he's still awake because he was out.
He just sent me he just told me to send him a thing. I just did.
He'll be on in a minute then.
Yeah. Okay, he's got to connect. Bill's got to connect his device or something. Okay.
Just unbelievable. I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled.
Hey, Bill.
Hi, Bill. It just made me laugh. When
Speak of the devil, and I fell a chair.
It just made me laugh when Mel said to him, the Doctor, when he was on the floor, he said, "Are you going to just stay and sulk, basically, or are you going to get on with it?"
Sutek, what do you think? What do you think, Bill?
Well, two things on this. One, I'm sorry, there's no way in hell the Doctor should be able to beat this. This should be the final story of Doctor Who ever. Two, he was already too powerful for the Doctor, and the Doctor won on a fluke back in the Pyramids of Mars. But back then, he was described as being an alien, an Osiris, which had godlike power. So I guess they've retconned that, and now he's a literal god.
Yeah.
I was going to say that.
That's how it seems so far.
Philip Archer.
Hello, sir. I was going to say that, Bill. Exactly the thing that you just said. I was going to say that. They changed it a bit about Sutek. He's not a god. Not in that sense.
Well, he is now.
In RTD's world, he is.
Yeah.
I always thought he was, but okay.
I'm just happy that we've got a classic villain back that ain't we change the Daleks, the Master, or the Cybermen.
You know my opinion. You kind of knew it already. Like, this is like the greatest thing. I mean, Sutek was my first villain, my first story. That's it. Full circle.
But you know what I mean, though. We were always asking for classic villains. It seems like RTD's kind of listened to us this time around when he's got back. And
that's good.
Right. Yeah.
Listen, the finale, the first part, fulfilled my dreams already. The cat doesn't like Sutek either. Wow, it's like, okay. You know.
I'll tell you who I do like. The little disabled boy, scientist boy. He's funny.
Yeah.
He's funny. He's so cute and funny.
I think he'll stick around as well. Yeah. Because he's quite a...
I hope so.
I was expecting the Doctor to say, "Where's the other one?" When the one who he saw in the specials.
Yeah. I'm happy. I'm telling you, like this is so different, but yet so reassuring. Connor was telling me how dark it was going to get, and I'm like, good, fucking, absolutely, fucking A.
Well, it makes up for that.
I was so certain it wasn't going to be Peter.
Yeah,
I was so certain that it wasn't. I thought, no, it can't be.
Why can't it be?
Did that surprise me.
I know. I'm happy though. Aren't you happy?
Yeah, but the point is, when you watch Pyramid of Mars, Tom Baker did say to Sarah Jane, she said to him, "He's dead, isn't he?" He went, "Yes." He lasted so many thousand years in the time corridor and died. So how is he still around?
But I thought he didn't die in the time corridor. He was trapped in the time corridor.
No, he died. He said he died of time, aged him to the point where he couldn't exist anymore. That's what confused me.
But if he's a god and he loses his physical body, he still can exist.
Now, to be fair, we still need to see the rest of the story. They might explain it. So I'm not going to jump on it and complain yet. I'll save that for next week. But I'd definitely like to know how he's gone from godlike alien to literal god.
Yeah, I don't know. But I'm happy. And again, I got what I wanted finally. You know how a lot of times we want things and we never get it, but I got it. So I am like the winner.
What's it got to do with it? What does he have to do with the toy maker though? That's what I mean, and all the other.
Because when the toy maker and the toy maker's gods came to our plane, the toy maker got scared of Sutek.
Yeah, he's
like, "Oh, screw that!" Right.
So I think he's the one that I can't remember exactly what he said in the giggle, but is the one who waits not the one that beat the toy maker.
It wasn't that he beat him. He wouldn't play him.
Play him, did he? Yeah.
He didn't want to battle him. No.
Because to be honest, if you also listen to the dialogue when Harbinger or Harriet, whatever when she's kind of doing that speech, the way that he's kind of talking about all of these gods is in quite a condescending way. Like he doesn't respect like the Mara, the toy maker, Maestro, all of these.
None of them. You don't respect any of the gods. You only see himself as
the opposite end of the spectrum. I don't think that they're necessarily in league with each other. So yeah,
he's more powerful than all of them.
I'm gonna have to watch it again with subtitles then, because I didn't quite catch what she was saying.
I don't see how anybody can have a problem with this episode. I'm sorry. I don't see anybody.
I loved how the Kate was like, you told us not in the 70s not to use a time corridor, and then he's like, Kate, and she's like 10 11th floor.
Yeah.
Well, there's a point there. How are they? If they can't, if Sutek can't be defeated by time, what will defeat him next week? Because it's weird.
Ruby Sunday.
Ruby, I think.
Ruby Sunday.
A little girl is going to
like the power of friendship.
A little girl who has the powers of Sutek herself.
but has gone on to the good side because of the Doctor and the love she got.
Well, unless Ruby is Kronos, because he's stronger than Sutek, and he's more of a god than Sutek.
Right, but that's a god of time then. Right?
Yeah, the time monster. Yeah.
Kronos is the god of time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so.
I don't want the Daleks back. Just give me gods in Doctor Who. I fucking love it.
Wow. I do want the Daleks back, but I don't want the gods every fucking.
Did anyone else catch that Sutek was aware of who Susan is? And keep in mind, Sutek met the fourth Doctor, not the first.
Yes, I love that though. That they're fucking with him, but yet they didn't go after her. Right? That's the weirdest thing. It's like everybody's aware of her existence, like certain villains, but they're not going after her. They're just screwing with her.
But at least we've confirmed something that Susan can regenerate because he said it to Ruby.
Well,
technically can't.
Yeah, he said that, right? But the thing is, I think now he's going to go visit her because of this,
and because of what Kate said as well.
And she's going to regenerate probably.
I don't think that the cameo next week is Sean Pertwee anymore. I think it's Caroline Ford, and I think it'll happen right at the end of the episode.
Well, you don't think Sean Pertwee's going to appear at all?
No, I think the last thing that he'll do is go visit Susan.
He's got a point. He's got a point. I believe. I agree with Connor as well.
Susan.
I agree.
Where is she in the 20th? What century is she in?
22nd.
Well,
22nd, yeah, isn't? Yeah.
The Daleks,
yeah.
On TV, she's in the 22nd century. In audio, she's back on Gallifrey. So
no, that doesn't count. That doesn't count.
Yeah, he won't listen to Big Finish. He'll be like,
"That's not canon. That's not canon."
Yeah, I think that he'll lose Ruby. Well, he thinks he'll lose Ruby, and then the last thing he'll do is he'll take Kate's advice, and he'll go visit Susan.
But now, do you think that Kate is against him now?
No, I just think that she is.
She's upset she lost a soldier again.
I think she's just becoming more aware of who he actually is because she's heard a lot of the information that she has about the Doctor has come from her father.
Right, but her father didn't even know she had a grant. Well, exactly. Her father did know because of the 5 doctors that he had.
But he doesn't remember that, does he?
Well, why wouldn't he not remember that? Because he kept it quiet.
Yeah, but they would say that he went back in time to where he got took out of and they wouldn't remember. They could say it like that.
I think that Miss Flood is just a minion of Sutek. I don't think that she's anyone particularly important.
So you think she's like the professor, like was in the Pyramid of Mars?
Yeah, a little bit. She had to be near Ruby to forward the plan, so that's why she was living next door.
And that's actually I think it was.
I still think Mrs. Flood is someone very important, and might be instrumental in the destruction of Sutek.
Yes, possibly.
You watch? Flood's a good person. You think?
No, I think
like
she's
I was just saying in the comments. I don't believe that she's the Ronnie. That's what too many fans want. It's what RTD might want us to think. And the Ronnie, her modus operandi, she wouldn't get involved with this. She only gives a damn about her experiments. So even if they are bringing Ronnie back at some point,
that
ain't... Well, some people are saying, Bill, that she could be the meddling monk, but I don't know.
Nah, that's out.
but those two characters are small fry against Sutek. So what's the point of them?
Right. But what with Sutek?
I'm just
in the next. Go ahead.
Now, I was going to say I'm just really worried, especially if Disney being involved now, that they're going to do some really lame ass thing and defeat Sutek with the power of friendship. And if they do, I'm going to lose my shit.
Disney has nothing to do with the script.
No,
Russell T. Davis wrote the script. It has nothing to do with Disney Plus.
It's all right, Bill. They're gonna just break out into song and say, "We're gonna
No.
beat him."
No.
I have to
I'm
be honest.
joking.
I think
I'm
he has
joking.
to lose. I think he has to lose this.
Who?
He can't
The
win.
doctor?
Yeah, the doctor. He can't win.
So is that how you think they?
So how can he lose, but then not lose everything?
Because I think he'll lose. I think he will lose literally almost everything.
What do you mean? Gonna kill everybody in Union? Everybody?
Probably not everybody, but I think
Here's
will
a thought.
kill a large amount of people.
Remember that whole by generation?
Mm-hmm.
The what?
I think I know what they're going to do. We are going to see the Doctor absolutely killed by Set, turned to dust, dead, gone, no more Doctor. But then the by-generated Doctor is going to regenerate into him.
You mean David Tennant?
That would be an interesting way of wrapping it up. Yeah, I could get on board with that.
Oh, not Tennant again, please. Can we not just leave him alone and let him do it? Oh, no, I don't want him back.
Oh, fuck that with the acolyte bullshit. Fuck that.
I don't either, but I think that's where they're going.
Connor, I don't know if you heard this, but there's apparently rumors that it's Mel's last episode next week.
Oh, that she's dying?
Yeah.
No, Mel's in season 2. She's been seen filming.
Oh.
Yeah. I've got to say, Bonnie Langford is finally a well-written character.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, she is. She is, agreed.
I hope she sticks around for years to come because I think she's fantastic.
Well, at least RTD's listened. We wanted classic companions. We wanted classic. We wanted tie-ins with the classic series, and we're getting it with him now. That's all we wanted when the series returns in 2005.
Well, we got it with Chibnall first, unfortunately, but yeah.
But you know what I mean? That's all we wanted when the series returned in 2005. Some tie-ins, weren't it?
Listen, I'm happy. That means that they can bring anybody back if they bring Sutek back.
I got a question. So how long had Sutek been wrapped down that TARDIS? Because remember, it was Davis before it got split into two. So was he always there before it got split into two?
Well, I was saying to Phil earlier, not Phil, Joe earlier, that I think he's been there since Wild Blue Yonder.
I think that.
That's what I think, because that's when Susan Twist first started appearing.
Yeah, very true.
Hang on. I'm just trying to remember because
unless you're gonna say that it's been around since the 11th Doctor, which I really hope they don't do that.
No.
Like the voice in the TARDIS, remember?
Oh.
Yeah.
That'll be a long time then.
I'm trying to remember because of the specials, because it's been such a while. I need to go back and rewatch. But who defeated the Master apparently with the tooth, and he got his tooth in the toy maker? Was that Sutek?
What's that?
I got to tell you it's been a while since the specials, isn't it? I've got to try and go back and watch. But the Master's tooth. You know the Master's tooth, which was in the toy maker. Who defeated him?
Yeah, the toy maker defeated him. So, well, what does that have to do with anything?
No, I'm just trying to. I didn't know whether he got one.
The Master was dying and battled the toy maker. The toy maker defeated him, and he put him in his tooth. That was it. Yep, one more episode to go, Bill.
I can't wait to rewatch that.
John put, I think the TARDIS has been messed with since Satan's pit.
No, I don't think so. Not that far back.
Unless, when in Pyramids at the beginning, when Sutek penetrates the TARDIS interior, and when Sarah looks up, she sees his face. Maybe he was always in the TARDIS from that point.
I don't think so.
Well,
I don't think that far along.
Well, I'm glad that they got the same sound effect for when he entered.
That's right.
Same music.
Same sound effect from Pyramid of Mars when the TARDIS got messed up with that. Yeah, I like that.
And I'm glad they got the same voice actor.
Yeah,
Gabriel Wolf.
It would be absolutely hilarious.
Brilliant.
If we find out that Rassilon released Sutek to get revenge on the Doctor.
Thank you, Modern Age Nerd, for your donation. Appreciate it. Thank you, bro. Listen, Sutek's back. You could bring back the Black Guardian. You could bring back everybody. Why not?
I want the Mara back next.
Me too. But you got to have Tiki Javanka and the Fifth Doctor in it, though.
I want the Damons back.
You gotta bring,
Yeah,
you gotta
that's
bring
a good-
Tegan back and Nissa.
I want the Candyman back.
Oh,
too.
Candyman, yes. RTD, I know you're watching. Candyman, come on.
I want the Maestro to rescue the Candyman and rebuild him or something.
After Space Babies,
This
nothing
is
could be more
mad,
stupid,
though.
so why not?
Well, not even
Right.
Space Babies would have been better.
Candyman wasn't stupid though. He was so ridiculous that he was fun. Like he was so absolutely ridiculous. The dialogue between him and the Seventh Doctor that it was just wonderful. Like you would have to have Sylvester McCoy battle the Candyman again.
Yeah.
And remember some shit.
Take us back to Peladon for fuck's sake. Do anything. Win it and do something, you know.
Valyar, Dream Lord, absolutely. Fucking, I'm telling you, I am so happy with this though. This would scare the shit out of kids with this demonic fucking shit. That was great.
They'll go into school and they'll be like, what the fuck?
The only people that can defeat Sutek is his own people. So if they're still about, the Doctor needs to get their help or something, because there ain't no one else.
Oh, there's a thing called a TARDIS.
I have a question about that, because didn't they establish that the Jaggeroth was around the time of Sutek and kind of was against Sutek or trying to undermine Sutek because it was getting in the way of his mission?
He was part of Egyptian history, but I don't think he was around when Sutek was doing the rounds.
Okay.
I think that, yeah.
But they did establish that the Osirans are extinct, so his people aren't there to stop him.
All right, let me just read Modern Age Nerd. He said, when the Time Lords died, their boundaries on time broke both ways, forwards and backwards. They didn't exist, and the gods took the Doctor's life and made a mess out of the timeline, making him. Well, Toymaker did something, I guess, in the past to split the Doctor or branch him off into something else. So it's quite possible that there was a bi-generation before the bi-generation or something that caused a whole variance of different Doctors we're not aware of. But not necessarily that the Doctor was before the first Doctor, but and again, I don't like the way he said that when he said, like the way he described the first Doctor. He kind of made
that was a little bit strange.
Look
I
at
didn't like
Enigma,
that.
Look at Enigma or something, wasn't it?
I don't like
a
the
lot
fact
of
that they made
people-
it that the first Doctor's not the first Doctor anymore. I don't like that.
A lot of people are on the same wavelength as me now about the cameo next week being Susan and not.
Well, maybe
not
it's
Sean
both.
as well.
Yeah, it could be both.
Well, no, because it's not going to be Pertwee, as Connor says, because we've seen the Vault now, and they showed us the time window thing. So it's not John Pertwee at all.
So what episode of Pertwee's was the time window in exactly? Because I can't remember it.
Was it? No.
I can't remember it either. I don't remember that either, unless it's next week they're going to reveal something.
Have a look.
I'm going to look now as well.
Time window, Doctor Who.
I just think that when it comes to the gods, one second, when it comes to the gods, time is all wibbly wobbly. I think, especially like with their magic and manipulations with spiritual and everything. I think that's how time's getting screwed up, is because they're not meant to be in this universe, like Toymaker and all that. So I think it's totally screwing up time in a sense.
Yeah.
Just like it wasn't meant to be for the Doctor to split into two, because the Toymaker's not supposed to be here. So there is, like, it takes all fixed points and state of flux, and it throws it out the window when the gods are concerned. So,
and that's another point. How is he going to close the window that allows all these fabled people to come through that cross into our universe? How's he going to seal that off?
Somehow he's going to have to bring all those gods back to their universe. Somehow he's going to have to do that.
It's a tall order. That's a very tall order.
It's a tall order since, for some reason, I don't have confidence in his Doctor. For some reason, the way he's acting, he's just acting like a child, crying constantly. I don't know why he's doing that. Like, he's making it like.
I think I can see where you're coming from in the fact that it doesn't build you with confidence, but I think that now just adds to next week, because, like, you don't fully believe that he can actually win this.
I just don't understand why he's taking so many moments to just grovel.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
least
I just don't. I know Doctor's done that, and it reminds me sort of Chibnall's Doctor, where she was like sulking and defeated in prison and had to have Captain Jack rescue her. I just don't fucking like that. I don't like that at all. That's not a strength at all.
No.
So I just think Miss Flood, I don't know what she is, but she knows the TARDIS, obviously. She could be the mother. Who knows?
I've just seen searching on John Pertwee up on Google. One of our cinemas over here, Connor and Phil, have advertised Sean Pertwee as being in next week's episode.
Yeah, the source of that though is IMDb, which anyone can edit. So we'll see. It could be Sean Pertwee. I think it's Caroline Faulkner. I really do, but we'll see.
Could you imagine who it was both though?
If it was both, that'd be great. I don't think that to answer XSM though, I don't think the hooded character is anyone. I don't think she's real. I think that she was a trap.
Well, then where did the baby come from, though? That was just Sutek?
Yeah, Sutek.
Well, you say that Ruby is the babe, it's a child of Sutek.
Yeah, creation of Sutek. I don't think the mother's real. I think the mother was created to draw the Doctor in, because we all know how the Doctor loves a good mystery.
But then, if it was actually a child of Sutek, wouldn't she have Sutek's abilities?
Well, but this is so. Louis actually pointed something out to me earlier that I've completely kind of overlooked, and he thinks that, and it's a good theory, so I'm gonna share it on here, but full credit to him. He thinks that Ruby is the goddess of coincidence, because whenever she mentions it's snowing, it snows. When she mentioned, let me just go back and
also back from the goblins, it was coincidence too, and chance and luck.
When she mentioned dancing as well, and then like right at the end of Devil's Card, they start dancing. She's always kind of like mentioning things that then later come true in the episode.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I think I actually agree with that theory, that I think she might be the goddess of coincidence.
So she's not a child of Sutek.
No, she's a child of Sutek, but she's a goddess in her own right.
But then, how do you explain the music that was inside her that Maestro was a bit frightened of, that she couldn't?
I mean,
what's that all about?
Because they mentioned the trickster. Why would they mention the trickster if it wasn't, you know?
Well, why would they mention the Mara, and why would they mention the time? Why would they mention
true. Unless it's all a red herring. I don't know. It doesn't make sense with Ruby at the moment.
I just think, though, that he does have to put the gods back where they are, because you can't just keep fighting gods for fucking decades. I mean, Doctor, it's just too much.
There's so many more characters though that you could use. You could use the trickster, and you could use the Mara as well.
Yeah, but it's always going to be luck that he beats them. It's not going to be like he just actually beats them,
but you feel the stakes, because you can genuinely lose.
But the thing is, though, like it's like having Thanos every week or every year. It's like the stake is too high now, because now they're going to be, you need. How much more are you going to need this now? You're going to have gods every single time. Then the Doctor's going to need to fight the gods all the time. I want it to go back to science fiction, kind of.
I think the Daleks will be back next series, for sure. But another coincidence he mentioned was that in Space Babies, she mentioned Star Trek, and then the kids turn up. The babies turn up dressed as pretty much like Star Trek.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, but good old Gabriel. Well done, young man.
Yeah, I'm
Old
really,
man.
like I said at the start of the cast, I'm thrilled that they brought Gabriel back.
Are they going to make him look like he did in Pyramids of Mars or no?
This is what I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping too. I want him to be in that original
I want him to just
costume
be
that he had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want him to be his original costume, yeah. That'd be cool.
What I can't remember for sure. What about XSM's question, Joe? I can't remember for sure.
That was some gods, yeah, the gods of Ragnarok or something, or
Ragnarok, they weren't mentioned, but
he beat them, yeah.
They're another set of gods you could bring back.
Yeah. And then there was
Sylvester McCoy defeated them easily though.
Yeah, and then the third Doctor and the Master just done Kronos, didn't they? With like Time Monster, or not Time Monster, was it? Oh, Time Warrior or something.
So we're not going to get Sean Pertwee? I thought we were really going to get Sean Pertwee.
I genuinely think we're going to get Caroline Ford now.
But where did that come from, that Sean Pertwee from?
It came from that cinema listing that Raymond just mentioned there.
Oh, then anybody could edit that, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That sucks. I really want to see it.
Exactly.
That would have been good.
It would have been cool, you know.
Sean Pertwee stated flat out innumerable times that he will never play his father's doctor. Yet people keep expecting that he's going to do it.
I mean, he dressed like him just for was it Halloween or some shit?
Halloween, yeah.
For Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah. But when the man himself says, I'm not going to do it, sure, maybe someone can offer him a lot of money, but even now they don't have the budget to pay one guy to do that bit part that much money.
They do have. They actually.
If I hear from Sean Pertwee that he's going to play the part, I'll believe it.
I mean, they do have the money with Disney Plus now, actually.
Well, yeah.
What I told Arbinger, John said,
to spend on 5 minutes worth of steam, probably not.
Well, they spent fucking
seriously,
$57 million on fucking stupid ass witches and Star Wars with fucking fancy fucking bugs and plants, and they wasted that money. So why not?
Don't spoil that flight for me.
Yeah, but at least there they wasted it on a whole episode.
Right, I'm not gonna get into the shit of that. So
I still need to watch the third episode.
All right, I'm not gonna say anymore. I'm not gonna say anymore.
John's asked who the Arbinger is the god of.
Yeah, it's a Maestro's child.
Yeah, Maestro's child.
Yeah, but is he
the god of?
Isn't Harbinger? Is he just a messenger? Harbinger just a messenger, isn't it?
No, isn't Harbinger like Harbinger? Well, the messenger of doom, is that what it is, or something, or
yeah,
or
a messenger of doom. Because that's what she basically did.
Yeah,
that's what she basically did.
Wait, is that what Susan Triad, whatever? She said her father was a postman, and her mother was a what? Do you remember?
Dinner lady,
a prostitute.
Oh, that's what she said.
No, dinner lady, which ties in with the '60s one with the Beatles. Devil's Called.
Do you know when Shooty shook her hand and everything? Do you think he detected double heartbeat from her? Because the way he looked at her hand when they let go, he was like looking down at her and thinking something. So, but we never got any idea of that.
No,
I think that Sutek mimicked the fact that maybe she had 2 heartbeats because he was trying to fuck with him.
Mel took some of the DNA and it was human, unless she's fob watched.
Right.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Right. But why wouldn't it be Caroline Ford? Why would it be her? It wouldn't be her.
Well, it wouldn't be her. It'd be unless she.
It was Caroline Ford.
Well, by the looks of it, at the end of the episode, she's dead anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Susan's dead. That Susan's dead. Yeah.
That Susan's dead. Yeah.
But there was no next time trailer, was there?
No.
What the fuck?
They get that under wraps.
He did that for spite, right?
No.
Tomorrow will be.
It's not the first. It's not the first time he's done that. There was no next time trailer at the end of Stolen Earth.
Yeah.
Right, that's true.
Oh yeah,
So
when David regenerated. Oh, did
Yeah.
they?
but maybe there will be tomorrow. Maybe they'll just put it.
No, there won't be.
No?
If we didn't see it tonight, we won't see it tomorrow
There's
either.
not going to be nothing. We're just going to wait. No trailer, no clip,
Yep,
no
no
nothing.
trailer, no spoilers.
No trailer, no
Yep.
clip, nothing.
You gotta just wait.
Wow. That's so 1970s.
Old school,
I love that. That was good. That was good.
Yeah.
So,
Shit, back in the day, we had to wait fucking for a magazine to find about shit. That was like fucking 8 months. Like, it's like, Jesus Christ. So slow back then.
John said no. They said each god has their own harbinger, so that's why he's asking what harbingers are the god of.
I don't know. I got Sutek on the brain. I don't give a shit about anything else. Right
and he said
I'll deal with the other shit later.
Oh, and he said Unleashed had a 5-second clip of next week's episode.
What?
Yeah, that clip is just unit soldiers shooting guns at Sutek and Harbinger. That's it. I've just seen it on Twitter. It's nothing. It's a non-scene.
Jesus.
You won't be able to analyze that and find anything out about next week's episode.
Look,
No.
So here's your question now. We've seen the fandom make all these videos about Doctor Who's dead, cancellation. Do you think they loved this episode? I think they did.
I definitely think that it's the best episode of the series so far.
I think a lot of old school fans would love it because of Sutek.
I think they loved it.
I still can't believe it was Sutek. I'm like, what? No, this is bullshit, man. If you take it for a ride.
I'm fucking. I'll celebrate Sutek Day today. Like I'm fucking happy.
You were talking, Phil, about the Doctor being scared and that. You see how shooty you looked when he saw it was Sutek on the monitor. He's
Jesus
like,
Christ!
Oh shit, not him.
He's like, fuck. I believe that the Doctor was always afraid of Sutek. Yeah, no, he was Tom Baker's doctor said he fucking. I'm fucking scared of this motherfucker. It's like, serious.
Now, if he cries next week, now we have a reason why he should, because he's scared.
Sutek is the powerful version of what I want to see in more Doctor Who villains. They don't stand around and give the Doctor time to come up with some big grandiose speech. They just start shooting. That's Sutek, only without a gun. He just uses his power.
Right, he's dead.
Yeah.
He touches the Doctor, he's dead.
Yeah.
So
you said you're a doctor, so save her. Oh, you're dead. Sorry, mate.
He won't be able to regenerate. No.
Yeah, I really think that he's going to get turned to dust.
When I saw that soldier,
and then she's going to use her godlike powers, Ruby Sunday, to reverse it or something.
Yeah. When I saw that soldier doing the time, it was protecting the time window. I thought that's Danny Pink at first because I thought that when I got
I knew that it was like the Star Trek red shirts. He was dead. The moment the doctor's like, "No, he's all right," and she's like, "Oh no, he's not. He died in like 5 seconds." That was the best episode. I'm so happy.
Someone in the comments did make a good point. Because they mentioned, the original Sutek versus the giant dog. If it's going to be a bestial form, it should have been the Typhonic Beast, not a wolf or jackal. That thing looks more like Anubis Ampul, whatever you want to call it, not Set, not Sutek.
Jackal, that's it. That's what I was thinking of earlier. That was the word.
Yep.
Not dog, jackal.
That's a jackal, yeah. Because that's his name, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that's part of his thing?
Oh, John's also put there'll be a trailer. John said that there'll be a trailer on Tales of the TARDIS, maybe.
So Tales of the TARDIS is when?
I forgot about that part of it.
When is it?
The 20th. Yeah, they might show pyramids then. That's the story I reckon they're going to go for.
Well, if they've got to let people know who Sutek was and why he was still a doctor.
The surgery was. I got 4 injections. It put everything to sleep. My tongue, my mouth, my nose, everything. But I felt every single pain there is. And I told them to just go and do it. And I was in agony. And bleeding heavily afterwards and sick and painkillers, and it's been a rough week. But I'm getting better. Thank you.
And then Sutek comes back to.
And then Sutek comes back and he's in pain again of a different kind.
I gotta watch this again and again. I love that.
Remember what the teaser? Did you guys see the teaser for the next episode? Because the teaser begins describing that the Doctor has lost.
Yes, that was a synopsis.
Yeah.
Fucking lost.
You've lost before you even started, mate.
Fucking lost. It's like, fuck.
He's lost before he even started. He lost it. He lost the moment he looked at it.
Technically, he lost right at the end of Pyramids of Mars and just never knew it.
Right. Well, this is why you bring David Tennant in now.
Yeah.
So you could have one of them die or something.
Well, that's what I think that they were setting up. I think that whether we see David Tennant on screen or not, and it could be done off screen, this Doctor is going to get turned to ash, and then Tennant, either on or off screen, is going to regenerate, and you're still going to have the 15th Doctor.
Could you imagine that this is? Could you imagine if this is a thing on, Phil?
And think about it. There's a backup TARDIS because this one's.
Yeah, but we all know that
David Tennant's TARDIS is the real TARDIS, or Judy's, maybe not Judy's.
They're both the real TARDIS, but the fact is, one of them, the one that's occupied by the 15th, that's a vessel of Sutek now. So you've got a backup TARDIS, got a backup Doctor. I see what they're setting up.
So why couldn't both TARDISes have Sutek? And now
wait a minute.
Sutek is gone, you have another Sutek.
Yeah, but we know that. Hang on, we know that Ncuti isn't going away anywhere from Doctor Who, so he'll survive anyway. This adventure.
Yeah, he'll survive by coming back through the other Doctor.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say.
He's going to get turned to ash. He's going to get turned to ash. But you're going to see him come back because of the other Doctor off screen.
Yeah. I was going to just say, could you imagine if this is how they write that the Doctor dies in Venice because Sutek's in the sand?
So shouldn't it be that if the 14th Doctor dies, he merges into Ncuti? Because Ncuti's supposed to be after him. So technically, all the stuff that the 14th Doctor does, Ncuti has the memories of.
How is he going to crawl through time and space to go merge into himself?
No, what I'm trying to say is
this Doctor. Yeah,
I'm saying that Ncuti said, "You need to heal because I'm here." So in other words, meaning that I have all your memories of your future adventures in me. So that's like timey-wimey. So in other words, like David Tennant's Doctor can't regenerate into someone else. It's got to be just, if he dies, he just goes into Ncuti or something. Because it's like,
think about all of, hold on. Now think about all of the ways that Stephen Moffat set up really good ideas and then completely fumbled them with stupid endings. This would be a lot less worse than things they've already done.
Right, this is RTD, so I don't know how he's going to handle that.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Could you imagine?
I think we're looking to it too deeply about the resolution.
Maybe.
We're being too deep about it.
Well, RTD apparently
we'll see next week.
Well, RTD apparently said that. Because the RTD apparently said that the 14th Doctor dies in Venice, but that's what I'm just saying. Could you imagine?
How many times do they lie, though?
No,
RTD and Moffat lied all the fucking time.
I know, but that's what I'm just saying, Joe. But could you imagine if this is how he just says that he died? He died because of Sutek.
He didn't die. Oh, well, maybe from Sutek, maybe.
Yeah, from the sand, and that's how he ended up dying in Venice because he was there on holiday or vacation, and he just.
Well, Donna Noble, you said shows up, right?
Well, apparently she's allowed to get mentioned and comes in. But
no. Where did Connor go?
He's gone.
Oh, I mean, so we don't know if she comes in the next episode, right, Donna?
When 14 regens again, he turns to 15, and that second 15 is brought back. John says. What?
You know what? Well, every single episode I've ever seen of Doctor Who, I have no idea what they're doing by regeneration. I'm sorry, I can't even figure it out. I can't even.
We're only used to bog standard regeneration, John. We're not used to bi regeneration.
I don't know. I don't have the answers. I don't know what he's doing. In fact, the stuff that he said is not what he's doing. Like he said, as a fan, he would want this to be, but as a showrunner, he's not doing that. He's doing something else. I don't know what he's doing. I really don't know.
Well, he won't explain Flux RTD XSM because that's technically Chibnall's mess.
Well, that got resolved in the Power of the Doctor somehow without telling us how. The universe was restored for some reason.
Yeah, the toy maker messed with it.
I blame the Logopolitans. They restored it.
It got restored before the toy maker, but it just, we don't know how it got restored. I don't know.
Lock transfer computation.
Yeah. Now that Sutek is back, the Time Lords can be back. Everybody can be back. There's nobody that gonna now. It's like the second coming of RTD. He's gonna do whatever the fuck he wants to do now.
I would very much like the Time Lords back, but Russell T happening. Starting with what Chibnall did, where Chibnall killed everything on Gallifrey down to the atomic level. Then RTD follows it up with the statement that death wave actually didn't stay on Gallifrey, but went through all of time and space. The Gallifreyans are all dead. Only the orphan remains.
And his granddaughter.
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah,
I don't think so. I would love it if she did, but I think that she's just as dead as the rest of them.
Well, I'd love it. I know we've said it before in another cast, Joel, but I'd love it if she regenerated into the new companion we get next season.
Well, it's a possibility. I mean, maybe.
And that's how he decides. Oh, I have to take her with me now to protect her.
But what exactly is the technology, though? That's just bullshit, right? There is no technology. There's no software, right? That was just a thing to be on the airways. Is that what it was, you think? TARDIS technology? That was just all bullshit. Just a fucking manifest.
No, it was some sort of technology, but it wasn't really TARDIS technology. That was to throw everybody off.
Yeah, it was just throwing everybody off, right?
I think it was just like, how can I get his attention without trying to let him know that it ain't me yet? And the best way is TARDIS. Because the Doctor was, when he saw TARDIS, he was like, oh, hang on, is this Susan trying to tell me something?
Isn't the kid the one that defeats Sutek? Didn't they leak that? The child? Isn't he the one that defeats Sutek?
Morris.
Yeah, Morris.
Wow.
Didn't they leak that last year that he's the one that defeats the villain of this finale and we didn't know anything about it?
Maybe. Well, he is powerful genius at 13 years old, so he could do anything.
Yeah, but a genius can't actually defeat an all-powerful being like Sutek.
Well, we don't know that. We don't know that, really. I mean, the Doctor's a genius, but
we don't know his background. We don't know Morris's background. We could be I don't know. I'm not saying he is, but he could be some kind of alien race.
No, he's not. He's normal.
No, but you never know, do you, with Doctor?
Maybe he shoves him onto the scooter and uses it to push him back into the time corridor.
Right. Well, what if they put him? What if they put him in sort of like a time loop? He can't get out of that.
He was in a time corridor. They tried that already, and look what happened. He stood out.
Right. Well, he got.
They tried that. Yeah, exactly.
It took him like so many. It took him like 45 years for him to come back, I guess, or whatever those.
Yeah, which is like a hiccup to him.
Took 45 years. How many showrunners and how many
writers? Fucking 5. When I'm watching him fight the Doctor, the first time ever watching Doctor Who, I stumbled upon it on UHF, and I'm fucking looking at this, and I was amazed. And that was it. That hooked me forever into Doctor Who.
WTW in Chicago Station, PBS, Illinois.
Well, apparently we were talking to Sean Pertwee XSM, but I don't think we'll get CGI John Pertwee though.
I just hope Susan appears. I would think Susan appears at the end next week. The real Susan.
They wouldn't have mentioned her this much this season.
Yeah, he's going to go visit her, I think.
I think it was just it was a red herring. That was all a red herring, really, just to get you all excited. That's what I think that was.
Did you see Kate's reaction though when he said, "How can you have a grandchild without having children?" Then, because I'm a Time Lord.
Yeah, I don't know how that makes fucking sense, but okay.
Yeah, especially since it's been previously established in New Who that he was a father and a grandfather.
Yeah.
Right, like in other words, somehow his kids must have died.
I'm chalking this one up to the Doctor lying, and I hope that they're not going to do something stupid.
I think that the kids died, and he just has a granddaughter somehow without regenerating, I guess.
And I don't think he wants to remember his kid, basically. Yeah. Well, he wants to remember him, but
I mean, look, forget about the timeless child nonsense. It could be that his children did not have the ability to generate. Maybe they weren't part of the Time Lord Society, but the granddaughter was part of it.
Remember, he's supposed to be a timeless child from another dimension. So he's not part of Gallifrey.
I said forget about the timeless child.
Oh, okay.
I said that it could be that he's faced with his children dying. The Time Lord's not doing anything to fix it. He doesn't agree. He has his granddaughter. She went to school. She has regenerations. And he fled Gallifrey based on the Time Lord's not saving his children or something, or whatever it was, maybe. Maybe they weren't able, maybe they didn't want to be Time Lords, but then the granddaughter does. And they said that she went to school, she has regenerations, but they didn't grant regenerations to everybody. You had to go through the academy to get them. Even though they all have the ability, according to the timeless child nonsense, but
according to the timeless child stuff, that wouldn't mean that they all have the ability. It would mean that the Doctor, not being an actual Gallifreyan, does, and arguably maybe some of his descendants do.
Well, he did spend all those years with River, so River could have had these kids, and when she ended up like going somewhere with them, and
No, we're not talking about kids with River. We're talking about his original kids.
Yeah.
But before they came up with the timeless child, it was the presence of the untempered schism on Gallifrey that was responsible for, if not all of the Gallifreyans, at least the Time Lords who exposed themselves to it, having regeneration. So they really kind of wrote themselves into a box where they contradicted themselves in an irreparable way.
Yeah.
But for some reason, the Doctor didn't agree with what the Time Lords were doing, and all that he had was not even a wife, nothing. He just had his granddaughter that he was taking care of. So, for whatever reason, his wife, his children all died.
Remember, he stole but remember he stole the president's wife,
which is probably his wife.
Right. So they must have had kids on Gallifrey, and
Right, and then the kids died, and she died, and without regenerating, and then he just had his granddaughter.
They could have been executed with Staser. Those are designed to stop regeneration.
I mean, the Time Lord says they don't interfere. It could be that his wife and kids would just fucking let's go all over the place and interfere, like he was, and it's just they died, and the Time Lords did not want to help them. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, because he was the president's wife, and he was like, "Oh, I'm not helping you. You two stole my wife."
Well, they have plenty of
Genesis of the Galaxy and City of Death are my favorites. By the way,
on Gallifrey, they have plenty of reasons to execute people, and so it doesn't even have to be as convoluted as time meddling. They might have shot him because they had a problem with the Doctor because they found out about the timeless child nonsense. So Staser away, because you get shot with a Staser. No regeneration.
I still don't count. Regardless of whatever was revealed, I don't recognize the timeless child thing at all.
I don't like it, but until they write it out somehow in the storyline, it's there.
Well, it could always be, because it's time travel, that it could be the Doctor becomes a child and is in another universe and comes back and just that could not. It can be the timeless child could be something other than the Doctor before the Doctor somehow. Like, in other words,
it could be like a parallel universe.
I don't believe it, because if you have the Watcher come back from time and being the last Doctor merging into himself, then there you go. So I don't fucking no. Who knows?
Well, I'd like next week's episode to be an hour long, just to finish the season.
Well, no. Next week is how long is it, Philip?
I think it's the same as this week, sadly, but I'd love it to be an hour.
Didn't they say it's an hour and 15 minutes?
Is it really?
Oh,
Something like that.
Week? Oh.
The last one, it's about an hour and 15 minutes.
So I guess start next week at 8:30.
Yeah, is that right? I think it's right. I think that's right.
But you know what the people are saying, honestly, is we have this episode, we have next week's episode. Why can't the whole fucking season be like this? Which, yeah, why not? It's like, why can't you make a high caliber season? Why does it have to be we wait till the end and then boom, it's the greatest thing we've ever seen?
And never again should they do a musical episode.
Well, they are actually.
Yes, I agree with that. No more musical.
They filmed it already. Then that's next season. They did it already, didn't they? He said he's doing it. He did it already.
Well, another. Oh,
yes.
Not another one. No.
Yes. He said he did it, or he's doing it, or did it.
Yeah.
Well, it's past test now. This season filmed. He said he was doing it, Russell.
He said he was doing it for season 3. He wanted it for season 3.
Oh, he did he? Wow, that's not filmed yet. So, look, here's the thing. Yeah, Shooty's going to stay, but that was before he accepted the deal, right, for the movie. So, I mean, he's going to be in the movie with Benedict Cumberbatch and Olivia Colman in the War of the Roses remake movie. So, now when's he going to film after that? Because he's going to do the play, then he's going to film the movie. So when the fuck is he going to be able to film season 3, really? Think about that for a minute. It's not going to be, he's still doing the play. He's contractually obligated to play.
Hold on. You're forgetting something. Maybe he drinks a lot of Red Bull.
Right. They're a year ahead. Well, more than a year ahead. So now they're not going to be 2 years ahead. They'll be a year ahead because if they film next year, then it will be 2026. But, who knows? Listen, everybody's got it wrong with all these videos out there. They don't understand. He's not going to fucking write the goddamn season for free. He got the money already. They paid the costume designer. They're paying Murray Gold. People are so absolutely fucking ridiculous. Nobody writes season for free. Disney Plus is just not announcing it. They don't want to deal with any fallout. They don't want to deal with anybody. They paid him, and they're just not going to say a fucking thing right now, Disney Plus. And he's doing it, and that's it. And he has to respect their wishes that they don't want anybody to know they paid for season 3. That's it. It's a package deal. You got the Shooty for 3 seasons. I mean, if you get more than that, okay, but it's a 3-season rule all the time for the Doctor. Right. It's been that way, so.
Is it Flood in next season's run as well?
Is it what?
I could have sworn that. Isn't Mrs. Flood in next season as well?
I don't know about that.
I could have sworn I saw filming pictures where she's with Tecteun.
I heard. Well, I don't know about that, but I heard that the finale next year, the 14 Doctors in it, he filmed. I heard that the Daleks show up with a new Davros. So I don't know what's up with that. And what else do we hear? He battles Harbinger again. Yeah. Well, not battling him now, but he's going to battle him next year, or her, or whoever the fuck. I guess he could be anybody. And there's a musical episode eventually, which I guess that would be season. I'm not really sure when that's going to happen. But my whole point, what I'm trying to say is, people don't understand that. Okay, so like when they do the seasons, it's in advance. So in other words, whatever he's like writing, you know, they have to rent the equipment. He has to pay the costume designers. He has to pay the makeup artists. He has to pay the fucking the prosthetics, the masks, the whatever. He has to pay Murray Gold to compose a whole year before. So like he got the money already. He's not fucking. No one just writes a season of a show for no fucking reason.
And he's probably also done all the payment for the locations as well.
Right, like when Moffat and Karen Gillan and Matt Smith, they came to do shows in New York. They were scouting it the year before for Angels Take Manhattan. They came a year later and they're filming, but they paid for things. They got permits in New York to film. They rented out the cameras. Everything. So like this stuff is done in advance. You have to, especially if they're going to be filming on location in another area, they have to put them up, the actors in hotels. They have to book. This stuff is not. It's not like going to be like Disney's going to give him a check and then he's going to do it tomorrow. He got the check already. They don't understand that.
Yeah, well,
they don't understand that.
John's made a good point. There's Autons also next season.
I hope the Autons come back because I miss the Autons. I really want them to come back.
We only got them in the kickoff episode for the season returning. That was
I'm hoping that dialogue between Moffat and Russell was real, that he's doing a sequel to the Weeping Angels thing with Sally Sparrow. I really hope that they were talking on Twitter about it. He's like, just write it, like yelling at Moffat to just do it. I just hope he does.
Do it.
And nobody fucking had a clue because they didn't know he was fucking hired back for Doctor Who to write. So nobody fucking knew what that was. Only we did.
The BBC won't cop up apparently. Well, Disney Plus is giving them the money.
Disney Plus is listen. Disney Plus is paying.
Disney Plus has basically got the money
right now. Listen, do you want to deal right now? Disney Plus has to deal with every single angry Star Wars fan right now with Acolyte. They have to deal with that. Plus, they have to deal with the fallout from MCU too. They don't want to deal with Whovians right now, so they're just like, "Oh, it's not commissioned." Tell them that.
Disney did it to themselves.
Correct. And that's why they're all getting fired.
Okay, see, Disney has this bad idea. That is, hey, let's buy a beloved IP and then piss on it.
Well,
so whatever Disney does to themselves, I don't feel bad for them, but I do worry that Disney, if you look at what's going on with their stocks and everything else, I'm not saying for sure that it will. Okay, I don't have a crystal ball, but if Disney does collapse and no more Disney Channel, then I hope that they have a plan for Doctor Who to get back to BBC, because otherwise it's gone.
BBC, they're going to take it to Netflix or something else. Like they're not.
God, no.
No. But the thing is, the purpose of bringing it to Disney Plus was the fact that the BBC is dying, and they wanted to outlast the BBC. So if the BBC is still dying, which it probably is, you have to make sure that it's going to last into some streaming service.
Yeah, but there's only so much money you can throw at Doctor Who. Even with Disney Plus, because they're going to go one day, okay, we've done enough part we've done with Doctor Who. We're not going to cater for it.
I'm going to tell you what my opinion is of this whole thing with Russell T Davies, BBC and Disney Plus. Okay, they had the writing on the wall with Kathleen Kennedy. They had the writing on the wall with this one they hired for Acolyte. But now that the position of power has changed and there's almost a civil war in Disney, they already asked Russell T Davies to do a MCU show for Disney Plus, to which he turned down. Okay, just because he turned it down doesn't mean that the offers are off the table. And you have to pay attention to every single detail of every single interaction that he's had with Disney or anything. If you remember, and correct me if I'm wrong, Philip or Vil, Russell T Davies bashed the shit out of the Loki writer and said, how fucking dare you make Loki gay in such a quick manner that's disrespectful to the whole gay and lesbian community, right? He fucking said this, right? Now it turns out that he probably fucked up by doing that. So what does he have to do? He has to hire that fucking woman that he fucking disrespected to write the fucking Rogue episode to play nice because he fucking disrespected her. And then she does the same shit, but with the Doctor, and makes that fucking ridiculous thing, right? To give you a fucking finger up the asshole, basically, right? So listen, I don't forget, how could you bash the writer but then hire her, right? You wouldn't, right? So the problem is, the thing is, people don't understand is that he is going to, whatever way you want to explain it, okay? Some people want to bash him, whatever. He is going to do what he did in the past. Disney Plus, Sea Devils special, because it's not going to be a fucking series. It's probably going to be a special or something, right? He's going to do a unit spinoff. He's going to do like a Torchwood. He's going to do like a Sarah Jane. So he's going to create 3 shows. He's going to have Doctor Who, this, right? So you have Doctor Who spinoff 1, spinoff 2. Besides that, okay, he's going to do something for the MCU. Okay? The plan is, if you didn't know, he's gonna slowly take over properties from Disney that's been fucked up for a long fucking time. Okay? If Kathleen Kennedy's out, he's probably gonna slip in because he's gonna grow in power like you wouldn't believe. Okay? And it could be the MCU, it could be it's either Star Wars or the MCU, not both, I don't think, right? This woman, they offered her 5 fucking Marvel shows. That's done. Okay? Russell is gonna, Doctor's canceled. They have no idea what's coming. He's gonna take over such a huge part of Disney that he's opening up the Pandorica. Moffat's popping out. Chibnall's popping out. Whoever's fucking Russell T. Davis' drinking buddy is going to be. They're all going to get motherfucking shows on Disney Plus. You're going to see.
I think that's reaching.
No,
that's kind of reaching a bit. It's reaching a bit.
Philip, we're going to do it right now. 9:14 p.m. on Friday, June 14th, Philip. Mark this calendar. Yeah. This is where I'm telling you. This is where it begins. Okay? He's gonna you're gonna see, I'm telling you today, all of a sudden, Sherlock, new season with Benedict Cumberbatch and Martin Freeman is gonna appear on Disney Plus. A surprise new season between filming a Doctor Strange 3 and Secret Wars. They're gonna get these motherfuckers. They're gonna film a fucking season. You're gonna be like, holy mother shitballs, okay? Holy shitballs.
So, they're Joe, gonna get do you have some Dalek's voice in your head going, it begins?
You're gonna see, because Moffat came out last fucking week, and you're gonna see out of fucking mothballs a new season of Dracula or a rebooted season of Dracula, because he says, "Oh, it's not canceled. We just don't feel like doing it." No, you're waiting to move everything over to Disney Plus. So he's gonna do Dracula. He's gonna do Sherlock. He's talking about doing fucking what did he do in the past? Jekyll? Didn't he do that, Moffat?
I think so.
What, Jekyll? I think so.
Jekyll.
You mean the recent one? The recent.
There was even talk of Chris Evans appearing in Jekyll in a new version.
Mm-hmm.
So he is going to, and his friends, they're all going to have a piece of the pie in Disney Plus, and they're going to phase out, and people don't get it. They're going to phase out Captain Kennedy. They're going to phase out the people that are fucking feeling in the MCU. And they're all gonna merge in there. They're all gonna go in there.
And they're all gonna be listened to. And Sutek's gonna be feeding.
Don't be too surprised. You got to remember what Disney owns, because Disney owns Aliens now. Disney owns Predator now. Disney owns a lot of properties that they bought from Fox. So they're gonna fix. Him and his buddies are gonna take over a lot of shit. And all these people are cancellation Doctor Who. They have no fucking idea what's coming. No idea. And I just told you today. I said it. I've been saying it on my channel. Nobody wants to pay fucking attention, but it's happening. And all these streaming services, you're gonna see some of them are gonna merge. There's too many. There are way too many streaming services. Paramount's gone, by the way. It's going to be gone. Goodbye. Star Trek, where do you think it's going to appear? On fucking Disney Plus. You watch.
Oh, God.
Why? Because who's the best fucking friends with Disney Plus? Sony. Because they have Spider-Man. So Star Trek is going to appear on Disney Plus. And guess who's going to do Star Trek? Fucking Moffat. And fucking RTD. And if you don't think that's going to happen,
no, I can't see that. I can't see that. I'm sorry, mate.
And you couldn't see Sutek either. So there you go. Get a new pair of glasses. Absolutely.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but that was over stipulation.
Motherfucker, I love you, bro. I fucking love you, but your ass was wrong. But that's okay. But you know what? You know what? These motherfuckers, Mark Gatiss is going to have a goddamn Starfleet uniform on. He's going to be a motherfucking captain. You watch. I'm telling you.
XSM just we'll be doing a new Game of Thrones next.
Star Trek is going to be on Disney Plus because Sony owns Paramount stuff, and they're going to be friends, and Star Trek is going to be on there with Doc. How great is Disney feel? They have Doctor Who, they have Star Trek. They could parade around. They're going to have it all. They're going to have it all. And they have Star Wars. But Star Wars is dead right now, so they have to fix it. So Star Trek is going to be on Disney Plus. That is what I know. You think you're laughing, right? You think it's funny? I don't think it's funny. I think it's reality. I think it's reality. They need content.
I'm increasing the ratings because there's a cat in the video.
We need to see
and you know what it's going to be? I'm telling you right now. There's going to be a thing. You know where the next fucking Star Trek movie is going to be on Disney Plus. Yeah. You're going to have if you have a Picard movie, Disney Plus. If you have a Voyager fucking extended series, Disney Plus. Disney Plus exclusive. Watch.
Talking of Doctor Who, we need to see what's her name in next week's episode, Bessie.
You're gonna have a year or two of no Star Trek. They're planning it out. They're getting the right people writing on it. They're getting the right people on it, and you're gonna see Star Trek every fucking where in 2 years.
Considering how much you've been pissing on Star Trek, that's great news.
They're gonna have Star Trek everywhere on Disney Plus.
Adam said, "Can you send him a link?"
Who?
Aiden, I think.
How you gonna get where? You want me to send you a link here? But I don't want trolls to come in though. All right, wait, hold on. We got to create a fucking disc. Wow, my son keeps telling me I create a Discord or some shit. I gotta. Everything's scrapped because
like I was saying, we need to see Bessie next week.
My Age Nerd, take the link.
Nice. See.
Hey everyone, we need to see Bessie in next week's episode, and him just driving away from the Sutex store.
I'm telling you, Star Trek, it's going to be on Disney Plus. You heard it from me.
Hey Joe, we just need to see Bessie next week, and him just driving away from Sutex Storm.
I thought they said that was possible or something. Didn't they say that?
What's that?
That they have Bessie?
They should have, shouldn't they?
In storage, maybe.
Well, he should be somewhere in the blue TARDIS.
So,
I know he's in storage, but in the TARDIS, you should imagine that he's still got Bessie somewhere, ain't you?
Listen,
the doctor asking the doctor asking about the time window a second time after being told that, back in the 70s, he told them not to mess with time technology. Yeah. Kind of makes me think of the 7th Doctor telling Ace, "Give me the Nitro 9 that you're not carrying."
Yes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, where did you go, nerd?
He's probably
What
just
happened?
loading it up.
Well, the risk of putting it in the chat is that a troll is going to come in and pretend to be Modern Age Nerd. That's why I really didn't want to. I want to really create a fucking thing.
Group chat or something.
Yeah, because I run the risk of that happening, so I don't.
I'm not in this level. That's where I miss Hangouts, Google Hangouts, with that aspect.
No, but he's not on.
I know, but no, I mean, we like Google Hangouts because we had all the group chat, didn't we? And we could have just,
Yes, but but like I said, he's not on.
I know.
Yeah,
I
didn't
thought it
you
was
ban one out of the chat tonight?
Yeah,
I banned
two we done.
I banned a whole bunch of people.
Yeah, I was going to say that, Bad Wolf, but I was I'm not sure. He said the time window appears in the Time Warrior, if he remembers. I thought that.
Yeah, we're gonna go back
Did
and
it?
watch that.
What?
I thought that.
The Time Warrior.
Yeah, that was the Sontaran one when he crash landed into
Oh,
medieval
the
England.
osmosis. What do you call it? The osmosis projector or something.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it's called, but
Yo, what's up?
What's up, bro?
hello.
You can delete
That
jump.
that is a nice jumper. Can I just say?
Mhm.
I've been loving this sweater. That is.
I'll be right back. I need a drink.
Yeah,
Look at the
It's Thunderbird.
beautiful contours and textures.
I know.
You best delete that. I was just going to
It's
say, you best delete that
Thunderbird.
link.
Let nerd talk, guys, because he just popped there.
No. I was just going to say, delete the link in case anyone comes in.
I can't delete the link.
Oh.
First of all, I think. Look, that was a pretty good episode. Come on, I was addicted. I was on the edge of my seat. I haven't felt like that since probably like I don't know, Dave the Doctor.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
let's go. He's mentioning like, oh, that's my granddaughter. The intro kicks in. First of all, that's probably my favorite opening credits
So-
of Doctor Who.
And
in
hello,
years.
who's H?
That's Modern Age Nerd.
Aiden, in other words.
What's happening?
He's
No,
only been with us for like over 13 years or 15 years or whatever.
He's been with us long.
I age rapidly.
That's right.
Yeah, it's like Sutek. That's what Sutek does to you, everyone.
He was around before. He was around when I was doing the Whovians podcast. Yeah.
Yeah.
Before
So
we
look,
were-
the intro, amazing. I don't know if I've
Yes.
mentioned it.
I vaguely
'Cause I
remember
have
that.
liked every episode. Sorry, it cut out slightly. What did
Yeah.
you say, Vic?
No, go ahead, nerd, because I want you to talk to you, Kim.
Yeah, look, honestly, edge of my seat. Not like the Acolyte, which I was on the edge of a rope, but
Yeah,
this
that was
was a great Doctor Who episode. Like RTD still got it.
Yeah.
He's still got the magic, but I think you might be on crack, Joe, saying that Disney are going to have Star Trek because, look, these guys, they have no idea what they're doing at all. They don't know what they're doing with Star Trek. They had Terry Matalas, a great writer who loves Star Trek, and then they
Sony bought Paramount Plus.
When did that happen?
Last week or 2 weeks ago, or
I thought they were merging with Skydance, but it fell through.
I thought Sony bought that. I thought Sony bought the Paramount Plus or something like, or Paramount,
I don't know.
whatever.
Check up on it. But I don't think these guys have any plans. I don't think none of them know what they're doing. I think they just get lucky when a talented writer walks in every few years. I like look at Star Wars. They have absolutely no clue
Oh, that's shit. That's so. You got to scrap the whole fucking thing. Sorry.
It is a disaster. I try to stay balanced on a lot of this stuff, but that's a disaster. Like you can't.
I was gonna say wipe out Last Jedi and after that, but you probably need to wipe out Force Awakens also. Because
you need to stop Star Wars altogether so you have some shred of fandom left and just try to have a fond memory of it because there is absolutely nothing you can do to salvage it.
It's just
even
bad,
that's good.
Yeah.
Even to the recent episodes, I haven't even gone back to watch it yet. I'm not bothered. I'm not bothered watching the other episode. Where it bores me at the moment. Yeah,
It's you feel it's like you're trying to watch it.
The best way to explain Disney Star Wars.
Oh no, you go, Vil.
Yeah, Bill.
really, the best way to explain Disney Star Wars is that it's a dumpster fire, and Kathleen Kennedy is Beavis.
Absolutely.
And
It's
correct me if
disaster.
I'm wrong, but didn't they try to take a Star Trek line and change the wording around to make it like their thing, like the needs of the one outweigh the needs of the many?
Yeah.
Right? Didn't they try to make it like twist it like it's their own fucking thing and
Yeah.
it's a Star Trek saying? Like you're a fucking piece
Yeah.
of shit, fucking plagiarism, motherfucker. I'm sorry.
The problem is that when you destroyed Star Wars with The Last Jedi, you destroyed all fan anticipation of it. So now we're watching it, and if you're like me, you're someone you don't really like to watch the extreme sort of end of the, the people that sort of whine about it all day. They go off, it's broke, it's crazy. You don't like to listen to it because it's not healthy to listen to that much negativity. But so when you're watching it, you're thinking to yourself, oh, it's not that bad. But then when you look back and you're like, the last 30 hours of Star Wars content, all I've been telling myself is that it's not that bad. But it's not good at all.
Right.
And it's like, why am I watching this? This is an absolute waste
Why are you giving it a
time.
pass? Right. Why are you giving it a pass when it
Just
was
because
always
it's
the
Star
highest
Wars.
caliber? It was always the highest caliber. So why, now that you get more Star Wars, do you say, oh, it's okay if it's all right? Yeah.
And they've got nothing left. There's no cameos you can build up to that are relatively exciting because they've used them all. They've used every character you could possibly pull back.
I mean, the only thing you could do is you either, because I don't like
And
anything
pissed
that's
on them in the process.
The only thing you could do is you could I don't want to say do like a what if thing for Marvel and alter the timeline, but you got to make it that Force Awakens and all that shit didn't happen.
What you've got to do is you need to change your demographic because at the end of the day, Star Wars was aimed at 12-year-old boys in the 70s and then their sons in the 2000s. So, Joe, you'd know it was aimed at you when you were a kid, and then it was aimed at your son, Joe, when he was growing up in the 2000s. And that's what it was. It was aimed at sons and their fathers. That's what it was. It was 12-year-old kids and their dads. And they've tried to pivot and make it for everyone, but it's not pleasing anyone because girls, like, I've got sisters. I've got all, like, I know girls. I grew up. I've got friends who are girls. They don't give a shit about Star Wars.
Because it
Most
sucks
of them don't
right now.
care. Like, the average girl, if they're going on Disney Plus, they're going to watch Inside Out too. They're not going to watch Star Wars. They
It
just
sucks
don't care.
now. It just sucks.
They're so scared of admitting that Star Wars is aimed at boys because it's somewhat offensive in this day and age to say that something's not aimed at girls. But it just never was, and it's like.
But it was appealing to girls because there was girl heroes. There was like Princess
And
Leia.
you know what? It shouldn't be offensive. It's about time that people say, no, screw you. You can have things aimed at different demographics, and that's okay.
Barbie was never aimed at boys.
Penny wastes?
Right. Like, how could it be
fine? Like this is what would happen. Like, say, like Notting Hill with Hugh Grant. It was mainly aimed at women, right? But the boyfriend would go along and he'd have a good time, even though it was aimed at women. It's the same as Star Wars. You'd watch it, and your significant other, your sister, your cousin who was female, they'd sit with you and watch it, and they'd like it too. But it never tried to direct itself at everyone. It was this. Like, it's like Star Trek. Star Trek has a very specific fan base. And they're trying to aim it at diverse minority women groups, and it's just so weird. It's so weird.
Yeah,
I agree with that. Like, and then if that you don't like it because it's a minority in the lead, they go, oh, they just don't like, it's racist and whatnot. And it goes, hold up. Let's go back to the 70s. Who was the most famous person in the world? In the 1970s, the 1980s, the 1990s, the most famous person in the world was Michael Jackson. He was the black man in America. If you go over to America, the population of the African American population in America is 12%. So you're telling me that 12% was the reason Michael Jackson was the most famous in the world? No. Everybody loved Michael Jackson. Everyone.
Right.
If we really are these horrible racists, we would never have loved Michael Jackson. Will Smith, probably one of the biggest actors on earth. As a kid, that was my favorite actor. It was Will Smith. And I never, ever thought, oh, that's a diverse lead. Never. I never thought it. It was Will Smith. It was amazing. And Ncuti Gatwood, looking at him now as a doctor, I think that guy is incredible. I don't think anything about how his skin is. Like, who cares?
Yeah.
But it's the narrative they paint. Like, we have to pivot to, you know, diverse groups. And it's like, but people don't think like that. Like, because, you know, the lead of the Acolyte, I think her name was Amanda Stenberg, she mentioned that, oh, I'm sad I've never seen myself in Star Wars. And it's like, well, when I watch Bad Boys, I don't see myself in Will Smith because
Right.
I don't look like him. It's you just like people because they're likable people.
Right.
You know, if I watch a Bollywood film, I don't look like the guy in the film, but I still care about him and I want him to succeed. And I don't understand this idea of everyone having to identify with how everyone looks all the time. Like, I just don't get it. It seems so weird. It's
Wait
like,
a minute. Wait a minute. Are you saying? Hold on. Are you saying that Bollywood isn't racist?
I think it is reverse racism where they're
Sorry, I
projecting their
couldn't resist.
racism onto other people. It's like they feel so guilty that they've created this story of how they're going to give everyone a shot, and it's like the average Joe doesn't think like that. Like, you guys are just over projecting onto this thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Listen,
I
want to say something. I'm going to say something. I'm from New York, okay? When everybody went to work in New York and they're taking the fucking Staten Island ferry into New York and everybody's eating together, there's every single fucking race there is in one boat going to fucking New York. Everybody's taking the subway. Every single race there is. There is no fucking majority of it. No fucking racism.
Yeah.
It's just a projection of all this.
And no one cares about what sex you are either. If you're gay, straight, bi, whatever.
No, everybody's taking the same fucking subway. They're going to work. That's it. Hi. That's it. There's no fucking like, oh, I don't like your race. Bullshit. Everybody's together. They don't give a fuck. Yeah. They got a job to go to. That's it.
If you think of a channel like Nerdrotic, for example, like everyone points at him like he's the king of the alt-right movie things. Do you think that if Shooty Gatwood came over to Nerdrotic's house and said, "Do you want to go grab a bite to eat?" Nerdrotic would say no to him? Of course not.
Absolutely would go. Absolutely would go.
Let's go get some lunch and talk. And
but you know what it is? I don't want to. I mentioned Nerdrotic a lot lately, and I think that the issue is because I said I used to watch him all the time, right? And he would review all the stuff. Now I like Supergirl, he did it, right? And then he would review every episode, and he'd be like, "Oh, this is the worst shit ever." I think what happened is that when he did a stream and he started hating on something, and then all of a sudden he made like $5,000 on a stream, he's like, "Oh shit! I fucking hate everything." Now, there was a thing where he admitted he never saw Supergirl past season 1, right? But yet you reviewed season 2, 3, 4, right? So how the fuck could that be, right? Because you're just fucking talking hatred and making money. And these guys make tons of money on the streams.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because they're not going to make money if they like something. They're going to make money because they hate something.
He was sort of my more extreme example, but like what I'm saying with a lot of these guys is they do get clicks for bashing things and making 50 videos.
Oh, yeah.
But I think at the heart of it, these aren't evil people. I think these are people who've just found a niche on YouTube.
Yeah.
But I think the majority of Star Wars fans don't want to hate everything. The majority of Doctor Who fans don't want to hate it. We want to give it a chance every week. Like, I don't think it's ever been different. Like, as a kid, I remember my favourite Doctor Who companion was Martha Jones.
Right.
And then you find out years later she had to go through all of these sort of racist problems. And I never would have thought of that as a kid until someone else mentioned it. Yeah. I don't think kids are racist, you know. So, and I think if they genuinely didn't enjoy something, it's got nothing to do with it being this or that. But that's the narrative they keep playing back at the audience all the time. The producers and the creators of all the Disney products, they always have to attack.
Russell has this thing. He's like, "Oh, everybody thought of people in wheelchairs evil because of Davros." That's bullshit.
No, that's ridiculous.
That's completely bullshit. That's
what
completely
Professor
bullshit.
X was evil.
Right, that's completely bullshit. So
yeah,
but now he's gotta change it all because he has this thing. You're not going to be the savior. And then what did he do when people with the wheelchair said, "Oh, you're wrong"? He yelled at them. It wasn't even about them. It's like what the fuck he wanted. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah, I think he's gone overboard in trying to how do you say it? He's trying to pander too hard to everyone.
I honestly think he has his own ideals, and he's not necessarily for anybody but his own opinion. Like,
but at the end of the
nobody
day,
believes that. They'll tell him he's wrong, and he doesn't give a shit. He's like, fuck off.
But at the end of the day, these things are like, what, 1% of Doctor Who? Like, you know, the pronoun thing in the Star Beast, or, you know, some sort of... That's like 1% of the episode. Like, you can still watch 99% of the show.
Correct.
And enjoy it without that stuff.
Yes, I agree. That's what I was always trying to say, too.
And when it works, like in Dot and Bubble, that ending was incredible.
It was.
Because you really were like looking at... You really felt this was real. You're like, what the hell? Like, I felt like a piece of shit.
Right.
I felt awful. I was like...
I felt so bad. God. Like, I believed he was the Doctor, and I felt so fucking bad for him. I was just like I couldn't believe it.
At the end of that episode, like, we're going to go row our boats over into the forest and get us our clan suits now.
Holy shit. And he's like, you know what? I don't care. I don't care what you think. Let me save you. I don't care. I'm going to save you. And they're like, nah.
And then tonight's episode is more like, shit, I need to be saved.
No, well, tonight's episode, you got fucking demonic possession and fucking people. I'm like, oh, shit. It looked like something out of fucking Evil Dead. Like, fucking, I like the person that's attacking Ash. She's fucking ready to whip his fucking throat out.
I was going to wait for Ash Williams to turn up.
It's funny that no one seems to mention, because, you know, you've got the two sides. You've got the Doctor Who lovers who absolutely love the show no matter what it does. You've got us in the middle, and then you've got the people who hate it no matter what it does. It seems like no one talks about how good the 4K looks, like just how it's shot. It looks so much better. The score sounds great. The visual effects are really good. Like when the TARDIS rolled into the unit headquarters, that looked fantastic.
Yeah,
it did.
That was.
It did.
Even Space Babies, the actual ship and the sound design of that ship was great.
I don't see how anybody could dislike this episode, honestly.
I think if they've chosen beforehand that they dislike this episode, they will.
Okay,
but
I don't see how.
Effects.
I like how the leather coat that Chewie was wearing was a nod to the ninth.
Now, going back a while, because this... You know, going back a while, because the special effects, of course, of the bigger budget are even better now, but they've been really good for a long time. Remember the episode Flatline, when the scene where the wall and floor were eating the furniture? I was on mushrooms, and I had to go back to see if it was the effects or the drugs.
Jesus.
And it was just, it was so good.
Jesus.
Hayden.
Yeah.
What do you think? How they can resolve this this story at the moment? How do you think it's going to play out in your eyes to defeat Sutek? Do you think it's going to be easy?
Well, knowing RTD, it'll be some complex language the Doctor uses, and then he presses the button and he sends Sutek away, like most episodes. But there's a lot. We're still going to see the Doctor and Mel on a Vespa, on that bike riding around London. We got all that smoke clouds coming over the city, which we haven't seen yet. There's the shot of the Doctor with like the lanyard in just the t-shirt in the TARDIS with Ruby. I forgot about that. There's all that, and then obviously I think we're going to end it off with the Doctor visiting Susan, because there's been a lot. You don't bring her up that many times in the story just to ignore it.
Without confusing her. No.
Yeah. So I think we will end with him going to visit her.
Do you think that we're going to see her regenerate?
I don't think so. I think it'll just sort of be like a cute little 5-second scene, because I assume they haven't brought Carol Ann Ford back because her acting's not fantastic. I assume that's why they've left her out for so long, because it's hard to get a good performance out of her.
I think she's going to regenerate 100%.
I think either he'll go to see her when she'll be there, or she won't be there, and we will then spend the next season looking for her.
Nah, she's getting old. They need to do it now. They need to have filmed it already.
Yeah. Well, then it'll just be small.
It'll be weird if what if Susan is actually Ruby? in a
No.
comedian art.
No.
It might be the new companion, honestly.
Yeah. Connor's put in the chat. He thinks that Mrs. Flood murdered Cherry in the bed.
I don't know. Maybe.
God, could you imagine if Ruby's adopted mum goes back and sees her get good? That fuck me.
That's crazy.
I feel like there was. Oh, you go.
No, go on.
Oh, good.
I feel like there was more to Ruby's foster mum because they kept cutting to her sort of during something sinister occurring. Like she sort of arrived, and I found it weird that they didn't let her through, but they made a big deal about it. And then when they were entering the time window, the point in which she entered the room, it was sort of like there was a twist waiting to come with her, like that she knows more than she's leading on. I don't know.
Ruby?
It might have just been me. What's her foster's mum name?
Oh, maybe.
Oh, hang on, I have it up
I've
here.
got a name.
Up here.
Yeah, I don't know. It just seems like there's more to her. There's obviously more to this Mrs. Flood character, but I have a feeling that might not be resolved till next season.
Yeah,
Yeah.
season.
Because do you remember in Series 5 finale where there were so many questions we had and then half of them weren't resolved until Series 6 or 7?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Going back to like the Big Bang where it was like who blew up the TARDIS?
What was the voice in the TARDIS? You know what it was? He was supposed to reveal all of that in the season that Matt Smith stayed, and he never did that. Because he even said in Doctor Who magazine, he said Madame Corvarian's coming back, and she's the threat for next season with Matt Smith, and that never happened.
And we've spoken about this for years, haven't we?
Yeah. Her adopted mum's name is Carla.
Carla, yeah. I have a feeling there might be more to that. But we'll see.
And I've just seen, Joe, it's 54 minutes on next week's episode.
All right. So, I guess they're not going to give us any clips, right, Philip?
Yeah, they're not going to. We're going to have to wait until... because we still got the Tales.
Yeah.
We still got the Tales of the TARDIS to get through first.
How could that? How could that be in the middle? That makes no sense.
Because it's the story of Pyramid. They're gonna replay Pyramid of Mars. That's all. Yeah. That's why.
But I thought it was supposed to be Shooty in it, with as the Doctor.
Yeah, but he's gonna recount the story of pyramids to Ruby, isn't he? That's all.
But that doesn't make sense if so.
Right, they're in the memory TARDIS, yeah. So he's simply going to say,
"It still doesn't make sense, though."
What do you mean? It's a memory. It's a Doctor's memory of.
But he's with Mel right now.
Well, you know that he might be right, Joe. Remember that shot where the Doctor and Ruby were when he's in that T-shirt with the lanyard on with Ruby?
Yeah.
Well, that's obviously from the finale. Maybe that's actually a clip from Tales of the TARDIS, and they're going to find the memory TARDIS.
Well, what the fuck is the memory TARDIS? David Tennant's TARDIS?
I think it's just for kids. It's just this little short for kids where it kind of is canon. It kind of isn't, where they just go through memories of old episodes. It's not really anything worth thinking about.
Yeah.
Well, think about this. You know how we're always saying that we think 14 has to merge with 15 or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Regardless of what happens, you're still going to have two TARDISes unless the TARDISes merge back together.
Yeah.
So how the fuck's that going to work too?
Unless Unit confiscates one.
Or Sutek destroys one.
Well, yeah.
I mean, David Tennant could become fucking Richard E. Grant, and
Well,
there you go. That's that Doctor.
Now, what I really think is going on is that Sutek is going to eradicate both the current Doctor and that TARDIS, but then the split-off Doctor is going to regenerate, and you're going to have Shooty Gotla again. And he's got the TARDIS waiting.
Yeah, but Joe, if David regenerated into Richard E. Grant, wouldn't that not make sense because of Shooty being the next Doctor?
But we don't know what makes sense when it comes to Rusty Davis. We don't know what the fuck he's doing.
I think he's trying to make a bigger mess out of the timeline so he can quietly fix the timeless child.
You think that's what it really is?
I think what he's doing is basically say that he made a really nice cake mixture and he's laying it out ready to cook the cake, and someone has thrown a piece of chicken breast into his cake mixture, and he's gone, oh no, what do I do? So he's thrown every slice of meat he can find into the cake mixture to destroy it, only to then freshen it out, wipe the tray clean, and put a fresh piece of batter down. That's it. I think he's trying to make it more messy so that he doesn't look like he's just getting rid of Chris's storyline because it's his friend. He doesn't want to, like, say you and I were friends, Joe, and you wrote a story for me and I hated it, but I didn't want to tell you. I would try to make more of a mess and wipe all of the mess clean rather than just getting rid of the one thing you.
Which is probably what he's doing, Chibnall. He's his best friend, but you don't want to fucking.
Yeah, he doesn't want to tell him that he absolutely destroyed Doctor Who canon.
Right, of course not. I mean, he should as a best friend.
Yeah. But that's probably why he wanted him back for this series, though. And
he wanted him back, and he didn't come back. But look, the thing is, if you remember what
he should do is have Peter Capaldi tell him.
If you remember what the fugitive Doctor said to the 13th Doctor, right? And the 13th Doctor, all these Time Lords that she was talking about didn't exist to the 13th Doctor. Nobody. She didn't recognize not one fucking name, which leads me to believe that Gallifrey connected with that Doctor was from another universe, because she had no idea what the fuck she's talking about. Like, she didn't know who this woman was and who this one was going after, the Ruth Doctor. She didn't know any of these people existing. Where was Rassilon? None of these people existed. So if you have all those different Time Lords that are running Gallifrey, that's like Vampire Diaries Time Lords, like, and like sending assassins, and it's all weird. It's got to be another universe. Which the Master wiped out that universe of Gallifrey.
That's the only good thing about that universe. If here's another universe, it's the Master.
But you have a beyond paradox thing, because the Time Lords are in, like, they're outside of time. They left that alternate universe, that thing that they had put into by Capaldi and all the other Doctors. But Chibnall never saw that story, and then he fucking ruined it. So
I think what XSM is saying in the comments, well, the clean slate that Chibnall had for Series 11, I think that was a smart idea, because I think the Moffat era had gotten so bloated with so many twists and so many end-of-the-world scenarios that I think Series 11 could have been good if the stories were a bit more exciting. But I think it was also sort of, it felt like Broadchurch, but the Doctor Who edition, and it's like, I don't think that the younger viewers want to watch that.
And I also feel, I'm not rude, the TARDIS design was one of the worst I'd ever seen.
That was the worst fucking TARDIS I've ever seen in my life.
What else?
And the sonic screwdriver was the worst too.
Yeah,
there was that biscuit. There was that biscuit dispenser. There was a blooming whatever.
Oh.
It looked like a fang off of a dragon or something. That sonic.
It looked like they were written out of budget and was low budget, like a B movie fucking TARDIS.
It was like he asked his kids something. Can you draw me something nice?
I remember that fucking stupid ass Doctor Who person. Go ahead,
just
Bill.
Whenever you want to make fun of the sonic screwdriver, just remember Tom Baker's era, the Master's TCE, which looked like a sex toy.
Yeah. I remember that. I remember that fucking idiot Doctor Who person that was supposed to be a big person in Doctor Who community. When I fucking made a comment about the Doctor stole the pizza, and he was offended. He's like, "The Doctor don't steal anything." I'm like, "The Doctor stole the TARDIS, you fucking idiot!" Dumb. I was like,
"Chicken monster's coming."
Fucking stupid are you?
The Doctor stole. Well, at least we don't have to listen to the Doctor calling the TARDIS the ghost monument. My beautiful ghost monument.
Right.
Trauma of people's not going to get us anywhere.
God forbid you fucking say something.
Morning on your video, Joe.
Which one?
I was going to. You've gone off about this is the end of Star Wars.
Oh no, I made it like it was Doctor Who, and then I'm like, rest in peace.
No, but I was going to comment because I was like, do you know, it's funny, not one person at all, not one theory video has mentioned that the Empire of Death could have been just the most basic thing ever, the Daleks. No one mentioned it, and I was like, technically, RTD always uses the Daleks in his finales. Like,
Yeah.
at least we could have considered the Daleks as a possibility.
Yeah.
Thank God they didn't
Mhm.
appear, though. I'm glad, though.
What did XSM said? He thinks a big row is coming. He thinks we were going to have a big blow up.
Mm.
I mean, the only thing I can think of if the Doctor doesn't defeat Sutek is if the fucking Daleks show up with Davros and just fuck that up. But that would be hysterical. But I would,
I don't think that's the case, XSM. He just put I wondered if Empire of Death is about Trenzalore.
No, Trenzal is done. We already seen the
that's
past,
done.
present, and future.
That was a
of
Moffat
Trenzalore.
thing. That was a Moffat thing anyway, wasn't it?
The reason why we saw the graveyard with all the graves is because in the future, the Doctor uses the Time Lord, the regeneration energy to fucking destroy the Daleks, and it takes away vegetation from the planet and makes it a goddamn dead fucking planet. So he killed Trenzalore, and they had to take all those people and move them off world because he just used the regeneration energy to fuck the Daleks up. That's the whole point. So
I wrote this comment for Vil and Philip and you before, Joe. Why is Pyramids of Mars such a big deal to Doctor Who fans? Because I watched it and I thought it was fine, but why is Sutek and that story
because that was the first time that the Doctor said he was afraid of anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, but for me, that question I can answer is when I originally saw that, I was 9 years old, and when you're 9 years old and you've got that kind of creature being that evil, it scares you, and that's what always sits.
I was 5, and I was like, "Oh God," I was scared too. I was 5, and that's what hooked me to watch Doctor Who forever. That episode. So
yeah, exactly. When you were that young, it was so impressionable to anyone.
It's Sutek's fault. He created the timeline where Matrix Lord 202. Now,
I don't think that, Connor. He says that Millie Gibson will regenerate into Verado.
No, because they both appear together as companions. So I think it's if it was anybody, it would be Susan regenerating to.
They're both in the next season.
Yeah, they're both in it.
Yeah.
They're both the next season, though.
And then on top of this God stuff goes into next season anyway, so.
Bad Wolf 66 mentioning Mr. TARDIS, my favourite YouTuber.
Jesus Christ.
I joined his Discord community.
Did you really?
Yeah, I liked his videos. I thought he was quite good. And I joined the Discord, and it's like, everyone's like, okay, guys, this is a safe space, and etc. And I was like, no.
But did you remember how, when we did podcasts back in the day, do you remember he released a video in his college where he said that the character Mr. TARDIS was fake, and then he made fake reviews of stuff that he loved, and he said he hated it in the video to fucking drive everybody nuts. And then all of a sudden that video vanished like it never happened because he basically exposed himself that he was full of shit.
Yeah, well, and then community's nuts as well because I sent when John Barrowman was in that. Do you remember there's like a terrorist attack with John Barrowman when he was overseas in Germany or something? And I shared it in the group and like, hey guys, it's just this thing with John Barrowman. Have a look. And they kicked me out because it was trigger warning and that I had offended them. And they said, how dare you send this? And they kicked me out of the group straight away. I was like, wow.
They're fucking stupid. Everybody, you know what it is nowadays, too? They all want to, like, there was almost a goddamn Whovian 2 war last week because nobody got my sense of humor in my videos, right? And I was joking. I said, I was joking. You're all not stupid. Stop. Like, because everybody's like, no one came after me. Everybody was like, no, it's a comedy. It's a joke. It's a joke. Don't take it literally.
I just don't know how you deal with all this sort of stuff. Because I was going through your videos yesterday from over the years, and I've seen all of like online these troll parody pages and stuff, and I think, how do you put up with that and stay sane? Because that would be very hard to deal with.
Well, like I said, the hardest thing to deal with, of course, was that one troll that we all know that on Christmas had told me, "Oh, he's glad my mother's dead," and then on the anniversary of her death, contacted me in dancing. That is like the hard thing, I would think, because that's fucked up. Like, and it does affect you. Like the whole thing with the death threat a couple weeks ago about someone's like,
and it's
oh,
just the same person.
Well, no, there's different people actually. I pissed off a lot of people in the game. See, here's the thing, right? When everybody was going during the pandemic and everything, and you had to just go home, you know, because like you had the police and like nobody wanted everybody out, and it's like you go to work and you come home. I'm like, well, if I can't go out, fucking, I'm gonna be just gaming, right? I'm just gonna do that shit. And when everybody started fighting each other, I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna do my gaming. Fuck. So I started growing in the gaming community, and I pissed off a lot of people because I'm trying to be number one. So of course I'm going to be number 17, and then find out that that person's a fucking whack-a-job, nut job that wants to kill me because I took his spot that he's had for fucking 10 years. So like, no matter what, you're going to get haters, and then but you're going to also get fans too. It's like, it's just, you never know, but you just have to deal with it. You know.
Yeah. But there's obviously, people sticking around that long. You said this person's been around for years.
Well, the thing is, Philip knows who I'm talking about without mentioning him, but like, he was, I guess, on the other guy that used to wear the fucking masks podcast, right? And then he was on our podcast, and then he became a troll and he attacked us. Then he did an admission of guilt, admitting on my podcast that he trolled me and tried to destroy my book releases and stuff. And then he went off and became dancing to politicians. You know what I'm talking about, Philip. And then he became famous. Yeah, he became famous. He actually became famous. He got a following. Maybe he became rich. I don't know. But then for some reason, he didn't stop trolling. And then he got caught, I guess, trolling. Then he lost a lot. And then he continued to be trolling again. And just, he was a gamer also. So I guess maybe he got mad too that I went in his territory, which not really. I was always a gamer myself because that's part of my generation. So, like, I must have surpassed him or something, and I annoyed the shit out of him. So he decided to troll and attack. And then he tried to force me off gaming, and he made a list of demands to appear on a podcast to settle it. I'm like, settle what? I'm like, fuck off. And then that was it. And then he keeps coming back every couple of months. I had people reach out to me from, the UK about him because he's terrorized people, and there's nothing. Look, no one's gonna do anything against him because I'm from America and he's from the UK, and what are you gonna do? You're not gonna have some fucking
honestly, I think you're giving him too much credit right now. Let him just be a fart in the breeze, dude. Just let him be a fart in the breeze. He's nothing.
I think that would work, Joe. I think over the years, like Ville's right. I think the more you respond, they just love it. It's fun when you make a response video because they go, "Look what I did! I got Matrix Lord to make a video about me."
Right.
And that gives them publicity, doesn't it?
Well, you were just asking about it. That's why I was just describing it. So, like, there's going to be people that hate me for Doctor Who. There's going to be people that hate me for a game. You're always going to have somebody that's not going to like what you do.
And I think some people who would troll you, though, don't even... Like, some of them are just sort of having fun. I think they make it as a joke. I don't think they really hate you. I think a lot of them just muck around and go a bit far.
I joke, too, but they think I'm stupid. I know that the guy that was talking was not really a doctor, and I was just fucking around. Like, and I was answering them and shit. But, like, I'm aware of that, too. But it's just, you're going to get... You can't please everybody. There's going to be people.
But Matrix Lord will prevail.
Well, I'm still trying to be number one, right? In gaming in America and then the world, so gonna piss people off, obviously.
Well, technically today is my day, so I can be number one for
What ratings are you going to give tonight's episode?
Oh, heavy
we
positive rating. 10 for me.
10?
Yeah.
There's no higher. What if next week's better?
But it's 10 if it's better. It's just 10.
I'm going to give tonight's a 9.
Yeah, it's everything I wanted, so it's a 10.
Yeah, I'm going to say a no
Yeah.
as well because, like I said, I was certain that it wasn't going to be Sutek. I was so certain. When it came, it blew my head away. I was like, "What the? Wow!" He went there. He went there, man.
At least we got Phil surprised.
I'll put that motherfucker on a cake.
I like the idea that I like how
see,
units were
I
basically
think
being
the reason
fed.
I'd give it a 9 out of 10. It was an amazing episode. I mean, hell, for me to give it a 9, obviously, I think it's amazing. But again, I still really don't like that we've changed Sutek from an extremely powerful godlike alien to a literal god. Doesn't sit that great with me. But it still doesn't ruin the episode. It's still very worthy of a 9.
I'm biased because, again, my first Doctor Who story was Pyramids of Mars. Sutek was my first villain, so it will be always a 10 for me. So I got what I wanted. It's like the 5-year-old in me getting to see him return. It's like, okay.
Well, like I said, the only thing I want now from next week is to give Sutek a physical form like he had in Pyramids.
I want him to look like he did in Pyramids of Mars, yes.
Yeah, I agree. I thought come out of the TARDIS.
Yeah, he has to. Not just be a fucking jackal.
Well, you know, it was interesting. I thought this was clever because, you know, these days it seems like they're always gender swapping the man into a woman. I thought it was cool how they used a woman like Susan Tried as a front for a man being the actual villain behind her. I just felt like that was unexpected because usually they do it the other way now where,
I know.
Oh,
I enjoyed
actually
it,
a woman's the villain, you know? So.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We're gonna have to wrap this up because I have to go I have to eat. So thank you guys so much for appearing. We will try to do more podcasts throughout the week. I know Scott's gonna be watching the episode. I'm gonna do a podcast with him, and so we'll probably I'm gonna probably do something tomorrow, and then I'm probably gonna do something throughout the week because I'm gonna try to showcase everybody's opinions. Okay. So thank you so much. It's time to eat. So I gotta eat. All right. Have a great day, guys. No, it's a dinner. It's a late dinner because you got to think about it. I've been watching Doctor Who at 7 to 8, and then I did podcasts. I didn't even eat yet.
It was fun.
Philip's bringing that Clark Griswold energy in here. I'm just looking.
Oh, don't! You might find a pussy. You might find a pussy cat.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye for now.